I've already done it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, stamping friends. Robert's talking to me saying, don't start the video, and I already did it. So this is like take number 10, and we'll see how this works. I'm just not sure what's going on, but I restarted the router, and hopefully it will come up and do a better job for us. I'm not real sure. So let's see what's going on. So it's Wednesday night, and technology is not our friend tonight, but I think we got something going here. We'll just see if it can be stable enough for us to get through. I hope this works too, Mary. It is not a good evening so far, but it's going to be a great evening one way or the other. So, hi Jamie again. So let's see if we can get this going here. I don't see the spinning wheel, so that helps. Makes me know maybe we've got a stronger signal. Might need to call and get a router upgrade. I'm not sure. So I'm going to share 2 new things with you tonight. We're going to do Cheerful Basket. And this is not necessarily so much my style, but I'm always looking for get well things. And I thought, this is cute, especially if you're somebody who likes little kitties. And then the little basket with teacher supplies I'll certainly use. And then the hearts for Valentine's Day will be great. So I knew that it would be one that I would use. One of my kind of rules is when I look at a stamp set, and if I decide I really want it, I try to decide how I can use it at least 3 different ways. If I can't use it in more than one way, then I probably don't need that stamp set. And I'm just not paying attention to this pixelating and hope it'll come back better. The other new item that I wanted to share is these split card fronts. You might have seen them in the catalog, and you might not have paid much attention to them. I probably didn't see them until I had gone through the catalog 2 or 3 times. So I don't know. It will cut in half of a card front. I don't suppose you would want them together. So, but I don't know. We're going to use this because I kind of thought it would go well with the basket look. And so, and of course I want to use a new in color, and we're going to use the Sweet Sorbet because our apples can be sweet sorbet. So we're going to die cut the split card front here with some crumb cake. Kind of wanted it to look farmy, I guess, or farmer's market look. And so we'll run this through the cut and emboss machine. And I'll tell you, these little squares make a lot of paper trash. You need to run it through about 3 times to get a good cut. There's so many little squares. We want to make sure not have to fuss with them not cutting well. This is one of those that's going to make paper trash for us. Now we'll peel that off. We got quite a few squares just came off with it. We'll put those to the side. And then we can poke the rest of these out. And they're going to come out pretty good. Oh, I could get, I don't know, use my little brush. That would be even quicker. Let's see. Especially for the little ones. I forget that I have this, and it's right here in front of me. So I don't know why I just don't pay attention. I don't want to pull that and tear it, so. There's one there. I'll turn it over and do the back side now. Get the rest of our paper chads out of here. Okay, I think we're down to just a few. I'm going to snip that one, because see, it's wanting to tear. Seems like this one, of course, what it could be, my pitiful plates need replacing. After a while, they do get so warped, they don't want to cut good. Okay. All right, we'll put this to the side. Work on that one little spot in a minute. There we go. And then we can do our stamping. Isn't that a cool look, though? I love the way the window pane. So we've got those going there. I'll remember that brush next time, I hope. Let's see if we can scoop these up. Get them out of the way. Now I'm going to do, we're going to stamp a basket, some apples, and a kitty cat. Because I think that little kitty cat's cute. And then we'll do some coloring. You could cut this, stamp this on colored cardstock, and you wouldn't have to color it. But I like to color, so I think that's okay. And here's our apples. And our little kitty cat. It's too bad we don't have the cat punch anymore, and we could do that. While I have the ink out, I can do my sentiment with the hopes I stamp straight. Have a tiny little scrap. And we'll go ahead and sending you some get well cheer. These skinny ones are always a trick, but that came out well. Now let's don't lose it. And okay, so I think our basket will be so saffron, light and dark. We might put a little daffodil delight on it. If we need to give it some dimension. Oh, I need to get some brown for that handle. little piece of wood handle. And you could do this basket brown, but since I was using crumb cake, I didn't want that to be too much brown going on. So as I'm looking at my screen here, and it looks much better, you know, I have a new phone. I think I could be closer to the camera. So when this is over, I'm going to practice. Maybe my new phone needs to be a little lowered so you could see a larger, closer coloring or stamping, I guess. When you get new phones, it's such a learning curve. And it's not always fun. There's some parts that you think, why did I do that? I don't. But we needed new phones for traveling, so. Well, I think that looks pretty to be shaded there, but we do need a little, maybe some crumb cake or soft suede for the handle. Yeah, we'll try a little soft suede. There we go. Didn't notice that. Now our apples we'll do with sweet sorbet. They could be a red, real red. They could be cherry cobbler, but I wanted to use a new color. New in color. Or you could do golden delicious apples or green, Granny Smith, Granny Apple Green. So whatever color apples, you can change the look of your card. I didn't realize this here was part of an apple. So many lines. It's distracting. And we need some green. Of course, we're going to use Parakeet Party because that's a new one color. I want a shirt this color. Actually, I have green ink on my shirt today, so I could just... Maybe we need to let Stampin' Up! Know we need a Parakeet Party green shirt. I think. Now we'll do a little bit of highlights with the darker. I don't know if it'll show or not, but we're going to try it. We'll bring that down just a little more. It's going to go behind the basket. I want to have Grace and our little kitty, we're going to do gray. Light smoky slate. Yeah. I love all gray and white kitties. I like her little black and white kitties. It'd be fun. Love that sweet little face. Now, I think when you do blends, you get a better look if you'll do circly strokes instead of straight. So you don't get streaky looks. But I'm sure everybody has their own coloring technique, and I probably should watch some of those videos of the people that just do such beautiful coloring. Get their little hints. You know, I think I want to put just a little bit of dark on him. And I think I'm going to get the color lifter and kind of make his, see if I can make his face be a little bit lighter. So he's got a pretty smiley face. Let's hope that doesn't mess it up. We can brighten his face a little bit. Just some around his cheeks. Now you might not be able to see that, but I can see it getting a little bit lighter. You see that? Might put some blushing bright on there. That looks cute. Now we have all these dies. We'll just cut this out, and that's perfect to get them all done at one time. Have that one, our little apples, and our little kitty. We'll put that on our plate. Put it down with some repositionable tape. We have the new magnetic plate. I haven't ordered it yet. It's kind of waiting to see if people were happy with it. You know how that goes. And I also forgot it on my first order, so maybe on my next order I'll remember it. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'll run this through the cut and emboss. Don't have to worry about the little pieces on this one. I think they'll come off pretty quick. Now, speaking of orders, you only have like 14 more days to take advantage of the starter kit promotion that gets you all these in colors. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll help you figure out how to do it and what kinds of things you should order. Because ordering the starter kit does not mean you have to become an active Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It just means that you get to shop from yourself and have fun creating. So let's layer this on here first. We're going to have to use, I don't recommend using the adhesive sheet on this since it was so hard to get all those pieces out. I'm afraid you would never get the pieces out. It's all right to color outside the lines, Leanne. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see if we can put just a few little dots here to kind of hold these down, but I think they'll be all right. Now the good thing is this glue will be a little forgiving while we get it lined up. Yeah, there we go. Now of course I'm going to have to use some dimensionals here for our baskets, our little kitty. And so we'll put the basket on first. I can't, oh, you know, I could put some Wink of Stella on those apples and make them shiny. I'm just like, do I need some sparkly Wink of Stella? Maybe. I'll put that, let's see where we want. That looks pretty good. And we'll put our apples on. We can slide those underneath the edge of the basket just a tiny bit. So it looks like they're coming out of that basket. Here we go. Now our little kitty we'll put here. So he will only need dimensionals on this side, so we'll probably need to use minis. And then we'll put a little Tombow to hold, make him stay on that basket. Isn't that a sweet little baby? Well, if we didn't put any Tombow, but I think he's fine. He's not going anywhere. So now we'll put our sentiment. Yeah, right there. So let's trim it down. It's certainly too long. And I think, and we won't use dimensionals, we'll just put that on with Tombow. I saw on this, on the dies, there's a die that makes, I don't know what I've done with it. I played with it and I didn't like it. But it makes a napkin coming out of the basket. But I think it actually, it was too small. So it needs to be on this one. So I'm going to try that next time. Use a piece of DSP and cut the napkin coming out of the picnic basket. And but I don't know where I laid that die down here on my desk. I don't see it. Now I was thinking about, should we put some twine on here, either the red and white or linen thread, but the linen doesn't show up very well, does it? But you know what? I was just looking here. What if we did something at the corner and had a little bow? Nah, I don't like that. It was a thought, wasn't it? So let's see what happens if we put it down here. I think I'll go around one more time. And let's... Oh, I should have mentioned, this is the paper I put behind here is from the teacups, because it was the in color sweet sorbet. And let's run that under all of those to kind of corral them. And we tie our bow. That'll help keep those in the right place. And we can cut the little tails off. And now we're ready to put this on our card front. We might have to add a few little dots left in color. Not sure, we'll have to wait and see. I was wondering how the green would look, since we've got a little bit of green on the leaves. Do we want to bring that green color in? We don't need red anymore, I don't think. Or I could just use a clear, sparkly color. Too many choices. Let's hold that down. But I kind of think, 3 little red dots here, or 3 green. Oh, it's a hard decision. But remember, I wanted something here, so I think we're going to go with, let's see, if I don't push real hard, I can change it. But I like it. So there's our little card. I definitely think I have to stamp that kitty in there again. And so he's have a little kitty cat on the inside too. I won't have to die cut him. I can just stamp him directly inside. So how do you like Cheerful baskets? Nice and cheerful, isn't it? Let's put some Winko Stella. Make our apples shiny. You could do this for teachers. You could do the teacher basket, but you could also do an apple for the teacher. So you could just change the sentiment. Or if it was the end of the school year, this would be a great little card for your teacher. Thank you card for your teacher. Alrighty. Now we got shiny apples. So thanks for joining me tonight, even though it took 3 times to get a decent enough video going. And, but I think that's just the way life is. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I will go ahead and stamp my little kitty in here and color him in, and then I'll post a picture for you. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye.